Welcome! So TXT had a comeback today. Yay! I've actually really been looking forward to this mini and I can't wait to review this, but just before we do, please remember this is all my opinion. I am not a music critic and I'm heavily biased towards TXT, so please don't take this too seriously. But with that out of the way, let's go. Let's get into it.
Let's go. I'm at the devil by the window, treading my life.
So the first track is Devil by the Window. I gave this a 9 out of 10. And they were obviously going for a bad guy kind of vibe with this one, and I absolutely adore it. I really like the fun bass line and the sensual singing. The pre-chorus is probably my favourite part of the song. The brighter melody contrasts the very dark verses and chorus, and that contrast makes the transition from verse to chorus that much more satisfying. My only complaint is the ending is not my favourite. The vibe changes and sort of loses direction, but other than that, I really love this one. Next we have Sugar Rush Ride, the title track, which I have given 8 out of 10. I think this is a really great title track, and oh my god, I was not expecting this to be an anti-drop. And I think that's what actually made it a really effective anti-drop. I was not expecting it at all, and that just made it hit even harder. The choreo also adds to this effect. I do have a complaint with this song though, and it's kind of a weird one, but the second part of the verse in this song is almost identical to the pre-chorus in Drunk Days by Hyphen. I'll show you the comparison now. It's really similar, right? Which just makes it weird to listen to because I'm temporarily taken out of Sugar Rush Ride and put into Drunk Dazed. It's just a weird experience. However, I do really like how the final chorus feels like a final chorus, which is something I believe to be imperative to making a good anti-drop song, so I'm so glad that Sugar Rush Ride does this. Happy Fools featuring Coil Ray, I give this an 8 out of 10. This track is so TXT. It's exactly the type of song I would expect to hear from them, so obviously it's good. They always nail a fun, upbeat song. I also really enjoy Coil Ray's verse. I don't know who she is, but her rap slapped. I don't really have much more to say. This is TXT's bread and butter, so I'd be surprised if this wasn't good. So I only ended up giving Tinnitus Wanna Be a Rock 6 out of 10. I do like the song. It solidifies the vague summer vibe that was present throughout this mini, and that's nice since it adds to the cohesion of the album. But the song itself, it's good. I like the vocals, but there isn't really anything special about it, apart from the lyrics, which I'll get to later. Finally, we have Farewell Neverland, which is another 9 out of 10 for me. I think this song works really well as an album closer, as it has both the darker vibes of Devil by the Window and Sugar Rush Ride, but it also has the summery vibes of the rest of the mini. I love the punchiness of the chorus as it makes it hit that much harder, which I believe is important to make a good album closer. Finally, I also really enjoy the pirate vibes of this song, which really ties into the Peter Pan theming of the lyrics. Overall, I love this mini. It was musically a really tight album and I added all of the songs to my playlist. And I'm not normally a lyrics person, but I had a feeling that the lyrics in this album would actually add another layer, and I'm so glad that I did. Because not only is this album really tight musically, it is also very cohesive thematically. From my interpretation, this is an album that tells a story about temptation. In Devil by the Window and Sugar Rush Ride, the boys are being tempted. In Happy Fools, they succumb to the temptation and start doing whatever they want to. In Tinnitus, they start to regret giving into the temptation, as doing whatever they want to is starting to cause themselves pain. And finally, in Farewell Neverland, the boys have decided to say goodbye to Neverland, a place where everything they are tempted by is available. They decide to leave because they have learned what giving into all of their temptations does to them. I really love that this journey with temptation can be followed throughout the track list, and it adds another level of enjoyment to the great music. For these reasons, I think this mini might actually end up being one of my favourites from TXT, and it's why I give it a 9 out of 10. And that was the name chapter Farewell. I really enjoyed it and I hope you did too. My favourite track is probably Devil by the Window or Farewell Neverland, but please let me know what track was your favourite in the comments. And if there are any comebacks that you were looking forward to and you want me to check out, please let me know about them down there as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm off to listen to this album again. Bye!